All right, if you've had your eye on the crypto markets, you know things have been kind of quiet lately. Deceptively quiet. Well, that has just changed. Bitcoin is suddenly making some serious moves. And of course, everyone is asking the same question. Is this it? Is this the start of a major breakout? Let's dive in and figure out what's really going on. So, let's just start with the number that is on everybody's mind, $117,000. Bitcoin is pushing up against this mark, and you have to understand this is a huge psychological and technical level. If it breaks through, well, that could be the starting gun for a massive new rally. And that's really the headline here. After a period where the price was just kind of stuck, moving sideways, Bitcoin is now showing some incredible strength, some real resilience, and the whole market is buzzing about it. So what kicked all of this off? What was the spark? Well, a whole lot of this momentum came right after a recent decision by the U.S. Federal Reserve. We're going to break down how this one big economic event is helping to fuel Bitcoin's really impressive surge.
So, what's really driving this thing? Is it just a flash in the pan, some temporary market hype? Or are there some solid fundamental factors pushing the price higher? Let's get into the specifics.
When you talk to the experts, they're pointing to this perfect storm of factors. We're talking about major economic policy changes meeting these huge movements of money inside the crypto world itself.
Okay, so analysts are pointing to three main drivers. First up, you've got the Fed's rate cut. That basically makes holding cash less appealing, so investors start looking for other places to put their money, like Bitcoin. Second, big institutions just keep on buying, which adds both legitimacy and a ton of capital. And third, and this one is huge, we are seeing massive, and I mean massive, inflows from crypto's biggest players, the whales.
So you hear this term whales thrown around a lot. What does it actually mean? Well, think of a whale as an investor with so much capital they can literally make waves in the market. And when they start moving huge sums into their own personal wallets, that's usually a really bullish sign. It suggests they're stocking up for the long haul, not getting ready to sell. And the scale we're talking about here is just staggering. I mean, get this. In the month of August alone, over $3 billion were moved into Bitcoin wallets by these big players. That is a massive vote of confidence in where the market is headed. But hey, this isn't just a Bitcoin story. When the biggest name in crypto makes a major move like this, it creates a ripple effect. It's like a rising tide that lifts all the other boats in the market. Yeah, this is a classic market dynamic. The positive vibe around Bitcoin gets everyone excited, and that often leads to what's called capital rotation. Investors start taking some of their Bitcoin profits and moving them into other, maybe higher risk altcoins, all of them searching for that next explosive return. And we're seeing this play out right now. For example, Solana is climbing, showing some really strong momentum as it pushes toward that $250 mark. And then you've got Dogecoin, which has been kind of consolidating, but some analysts are looking at it and saying, hey, if this thing breaks out, it could have over 100% upside. And this quote from Avinash Shakur just captures the mood perfectly. The feeling is positive or constructive, as he puts it. And all that money flowing into altcoins, it's just reinforcing this belief that the rally has real strength, and it's happening across the board, not just with Bitcoin. Okay, so we get the drivers, we see the impact on the broader market, but what happens next? Where do we go from here? Let's see what the experts are forecasting and what key levels they're keeping a close eye on. So here's the long-term big picture view. Parthsrivastava is basically saying it comes down to simple supply and demand. There's only so much Bitcoin to go around, right? Especially as big ETFs and long-term holders lock it up. So with a limited supply, the path of least resistance is higher. The market is now seriously looking at those six-figure levels. Now let's zoom into the short term. Satvik Viswanatha brings us right back down to a very specific number, $117,800. Now, this isn't just some random price point. This is a resistance level. Think of it like a technical ceiling that Bitcoin has to punch through to keep climbing. So here's the bottom line for what could happen next. If Bitcoin can decisively push past that $11,780 mark, analysts see the next stop in the $11,000 range pretty quickly. But if it hits that ceiling and can't break through, we could see a little pullback down to a support level around $11,500 before it tries to rally again. So the crucial point is this. Overall, the feeling is bullish. The fundamentals look strong. But
For the immediate future, everything hinges on that one key resistance level. It's the gate that Bitcoin needs to unlock to get to the next leg of this rally. And that really leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? Are we witnessing the real start of a sustainable breakout that's about to take off? Or is this just the calm before another storm? The fundamentals look strong, but the charts are at a tipping point. For now, all eyes remain glued to the price.